Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena. I picked Hunter over Druid and Warlock because I'd already played the other two classes twice, and I clicked it and started recording, and then I realized my microphone wasn't actually on, so now it's on. Anyway, we got a trash rare to start things out. Mad Bomber is less trash. Dragon Egg is cheaper, though. We'll try the Dragon Egg, although I'm sure other people would take the Mad Bomber. Well, it's tricky, because the Zombie Chow can be great for Hunters. Of course, later in the game it's a useless top deck, which is especially damning for Hunters, because Hunters really go for burn a lot, so it's just a dead draw later on. But it is such a great drop on turn 1, I'm going to take it. Oh man, multi-shot's pretty good. We'll grab that. Glyvzuka is fantastic. That card is just seriously ridiculous. And here's a tough moment, because I would honestly take any of these two over the Chow or the Egg. However, I'm not going to pass on Freezing Trap because it is really important removal sometimes. Cobra Shot I find is actually pretty bad, so I'm going to take the Animal Companion, which is a 4 value minion instead. There's Quick Shot. So the thing about Quick Shot is, even though it's kind of hard to trigger the bonus, it's still 3 damage for 2 mana, which is as good as Dark Bomb, and Dark Bomb was insane when it came out for Warlocks, and it's still just a game changer. So for Hunters, I feel like it does the same thing. It just gives Hunters a very straightforward 3 damage for 2 mana spell that can hit the face. It's just really good. Here we have a tough call, the tank or the Yeti. So the tank comes earlier, but it does have, fewer stats. It has 2 fewer stats. So, hard to say. The Yeti definitely affects the game more than the tank does. But if I'm ever holding the tank on turn 3, I'll be really happy if I didn't take the Yeti. So I'm going to try the tank here, although that could, of course, be a mistake. Okay, we'll take the Beast because Hunters do still like those. Eagle Horn Bow over the Drake, I think, is an easy call. Alright, only one playable card here. Don't like how these 3 drops are spiking, but we'll hopefully fix it later. So a Dread Corsair with these weapons, I got 2 of them. The Bow and the Glyvzuka. They don't make it free, but they do make this guy pretty good. However, I'll just take another Freezing Trap because that goes well with the Bow and it's just good in general. Here, tough call. See, I've already got a lot of 3s. I don't want this Golem, so this could be a nice big fatty, but I'm going to take the Web Spinner because it's a great drop. And it's also a beast. Here we have Trash. I mean, this is a bad buff, but I've already got a lot of 3s. I don't want more, so we'll take the bad removal over the bad minion. We'll take the Spider over the card drawer. What I really need now is some endgame. I would take pretty much anything that's endgamey. Hungry Dragon. Oh, finally. I feel like even though this is a common, I never get to play with this. Oh, getting to play with it twice now. Rock on with your cock on. Metal Tooth Leaper. Let's see. Do we have enough max? I got the one. I've got the spider tank, but I think that's the only one. So it's a 3/3 for 3 that can be really good. This is just trash, and the Drake can be a really good 4-drop, but this deck might not have a big hand size. We'll take the Leaper, though I could definitely regret it. All right, Sludge Belcher or Kodo. Oh god. So the Kodo. They're both 3/5s for 5. The Kodo can kill something. The Sludge Belcher is such good defense. We'll take the Sludge Belcher. I think I could regret that, though. It's just so hard to say. Geomancer works for what? Multi-shot, kind of? And quick shot? And a Cobra shot, I guess. I'm passing up a big fatty to take it. All I've got is a Sludge Belcher and a couple of Hungry Dragons. Hungry Dragon, despite being a 4-drop, really counts as a big fatty, I think. So the Healer could be nice. Yeah, we'll take the Healer. I could regret that, though. We'll see. Alright, again, I could take the Corsair, but I'm just going to take Arcane Shot for more removal and endgame. Here, we'll take the Hounds. I think this gives me some more burn potential and some more mass removal, which I don't really have. I mean, I don't have any mass removal except for multi-shot, which doesn't really count. Okay. Silence or a big fatty. Now, I don't have any Silence, but I don't have any endgame either. Well, I'm going to take the Silence. I think Silence is just that important. Okay, we'll take the Tundra Rhino here for some charging action. And this guy's much more reliable than the Warlord, so I'll take him. Hunter's Mark, definitely. I have so much that goes with Hunter's Mark. You got your Unleash the Hounds. You got your multi-shots. Okay, to be perfectly frank, there's not that much that goes with Hunter's Mark, but okay, I'm going to take it anyway, because it's just such a good card. Explosive Trap, perfect. Give me some more mass removal and some burn. And I'll take the Defender of Argus, of course, for some buff and taunts. Well, I think this deck, its flaws are obvious. It doesn't have much endgame. I was given a Force Tank Max that I passed for Silence. We'll see how that pans out. I passed on some big creatures like Frost Elementals and Frostful Warlords. Lots of frost, apparently. I never saw any Ogres. I didn't see Volcanic Drake. Didn't see Sunwalkers. So what little endgame I did see, I passed on most of. So we'll see if my 4s and 5s are going to be enough to carry me through. Ronaldinho, is that like a famous soccer player? Oh wow, check out this curve. Holy ballsack Christ. That is just glorious. Now, of course, it's all foiled by a Rockbiter weapon, but still, this gives me a huge opportunity. Because if I play the Chow here, and he passes, I can play the Trap and then the Bow, and that's just an amazing situation. Even if he kills this, I play the Trap and then the Bow, and then the Bow will be out before the Trap triggers. So it's actually really good that I'm the first player, not the second, because here, being able to drop that Secret and that Bow first is more significant than having the coin. Alright, he's got probably a 2-3 because nothing else would make any sense. No, it's a 3-2. Very interesting. So, yeah, my Zombie Chow is just pure money here. Because it trades with a 2-drop and the coin, and the drawback is nullified completely. Now I just drop the Bow out and kill whatever he plays, and then I can sit until the Freezing Trap triggers. Ah, wow. If that's a 1-1, that'll suck. Because that could then trigger the Freezing Trap fruitlessly. So the question is, do I play the Web Spinner and Steady Shot, or do I get this Bow in hand? Well, here's how I'm going to answer that. I'm going to play the Spinner and the Steady Shot, the reason being that I got nothing to do next turn, so I might as well just play the Bow next turn and kill whatever new thing he plays. If I'd had a 4-drop coming up, then I would have just played the Bow and cleared his board. So now if he buffs this totem and attacks with it, it'll trigger the Freezing Trap and not buff my Bow. So that's a risk. That's definitely a risk of my play. I'll go down a card and I'll go down a charge on the Bow. Doesn't happen, and we're going to have a good turn here. Very nice turn. We're going to get to play the Bow, get a Beast, and kill this thing. So I got the Big Dumb Beast, not the greatest draw, but not the worst. Certainly better than an Angry Chicken, a Young Dragon Hawk, Stone Tusk Boar. So it could be worse. He's not playing much on turn 4 here. Just a Berserker, which I could just kill with my Bow, honestly. Alright, he does not find the thing that he was hoping to find. So if I attack with the Bow, I lose the ability for this trap to give me an extra charge. But, you know, they say a good option now is better than the best option later. If I don't kill this thing, yeah, I can't avoid that, because if I don't kill this thing, this is going to trigger my Freezing Trap. I guess I could use the Rhino to kill this, but that's just really asking for trouble. We're going to simply kill this. Play Mr. Charging Rhino. Which of these do I kill? Well, I gotta kill this one so it doesn't trigger my Freezing Trap. And then I have a 2-4, which is a little tricky to kill. 4 health is a decent amount. And then this guy might be able to charge next turn. And then I could Steady Shot after that. If I'd played the Eagle Horn Bow on turn 3 instead of the Web Spinner, then I could have just killed his Healing Totem and he'd have an empty board now. He keeps making totems. Man, this guy's going to have some kind of crazy endgame. He must have non-stop 6-drops. Alright, so he silences the Rhino, which means that my Big Dumb Beast is not going to have charge, unfortunately. And he has nothing else to play. So Fire Elementals have got to be just coming up non-stop, if I had to take a guess. I'm going to play the Healer. Now, against a different class, I might have played the Big Dumb Beast and Steady Shotted, just because, you know, as a hunter, every bit of damage you deal makes a difference. But he's played nothing all game except for totems, which means that he almost certainly has a cavalcade of 6-drops coming up, and the most likely of those, of course, is the Fire Elemental. So I want to put this thing above the 3 damage the Fire Elemental can deal. Faceless Manipulator. So that's a 5-mana Chillwind Yeti. Obviously the Battle Cry doesn't trigger. So that's pretty insignificant, I'd say. Do I use Multi-Shot to clear the board here? I could also use Cobra Shot and then save the Multi-Shot for later. That seems wise. Yeah, so we'll do this. This. We'll kill the Healing Totem with that. And, you know, we're getting a steady trickle of damage in there. He's not doing anything. Now a Fire Elemental would kill this, but then I'd have the Freezing Trap to deal with the Fire Elemental, so I could just ignore it and keep going for the face. Fortunately, this thing just doesn't hit very hard, and neither does this one. He's got another Earth Shock, okay. So no Fire Elemental, apparently. Lord of the Arena. Well, that's great. So it's a 6-mana card that's just going to eat a Freezing Trap, barring, of course, a charge creature to ferret out the trap. So we'll see if he's got the charge creature or not. Here's where Mechanical Yeti would have been better than Spider Tank. Much better, because I have this mana left over. So yeah, I would have much rather paid for the Yeti there. Does he have a charge creature? Does he have a charge creature? Looks like he has a Fire Elemental. And nothing good to target with it, unless he's got something to follow up. I have managed to play a lot of high health minions. A totem. Alright, so he's got Jackal and Skadoodle. Is he gonna staring contest me here? He decides not to, which is the right move. In general, I find it's almost always wrong to get into a staring contest with a hunter. So I've got to decide here whether it's worth it to multi-shot. If I multi-shot, I can throw away one of my creatures like the Silenced Rhino to kill the Fire Elemental, or I can lay the Freezing Trap and just ignore it. I think we're going to go for the multi-shot and just kill that thing. Kabonk. And we can do this, and I'm going to steady shot. Now, why steady shot instead of freezing trap? Well, because I don't want to miss opportunities to steady shot. Each time you steady shot, that's, bringing you 1/15th of the way there. And that 2 damage can definitely end up mattering a lot. Plus, I can always lay the freezing trap later. I'm not, hurting for things to do. Alright, so I could play the freezing trap and just sit, but I think that would be a mistake. Let's lay it all out here, get the trade. Just keep dealing damage. Just, even though I haven't really done anything fantastic this game, he's suddenly finding himself in a critical situation where I'm at full health. He's dead in 4 turns to steady shot. 3 if you count the explosive trap, and less if any of these guys get to attack. Plus, this is a source of damage if he can't put up an effective blocker like a Sunwalker or a Sludge Belcher. He's played 2 Earth Shocks, but no Hexes, no Lightning Storms or Bolts, no Rock Biters. He really hasn't played any creatures or any removal, so it's just really weird how this game has been going. Ooh, it's a good thing he didn't have that earlier when I had my Eaglehorn Bow. He suddenly drops a bunch of cheap crap that he didn't have all game and plays a Hex on my 3/3, which could have been useful earlier when I had a bigger card out. So I guess I've just been lucky this guy hasn't gotten the right cards at the right times. So let's play the Hounds and think, can I kill him? Hunter's Mark can essentially be a Moonfire here. So that would be 2 dogs lost, and then we got 2, 3, 4, 5. It's not really worth it. So we'll save the Hunter's Mark for something more significant. And just steady shot him here. So I'm threatening lethal. He has to have healing and board clear, which isn't that impossible. If he plays an Antique Healbot and a Lightning Storm, I would actually be not in trouble, but, I'd have to top deck something to help me finish things off. Does he have the Lightning Storm? He does not. So he's relying on that Sen'jin to hold the fort. Unfortunately for him, I do have Hunter's Mark, which is 4 damage for 0 mana. One person on the Reddit, Hearthstone's There, let me start that sentence over. One person on the Hearthstone subreddit suggested that Hunter's Mark be given the, what he called Soulfire treatment, which is to make it cost 1 mana rather than 0. And I'm in agreement with that. I think it's just way too good for a 0 mana card to be able to deal, basically infinite amounts of damage. 1 mana, it'd still be a really strong card, and that's why I think it should be changed. And there's also a compelling reason for it, in terms of the game balance, with Face Hunter being something that's very, very strong. That would be a nerf that would weaken the deck just a little bit, but still keep it competitive. Alright, well, that was a long game, because I didn't overrun the opponent or anything, but he didn't do anything either, so we win. Oh, hey, we're up against Cyrillic name. If I read this in Russian, it says Taino Krab, which is like secret crab, but it's possible that that's not actually Russian. That could be Czechoslovakian or Ukrainian or whatever the hell other languages use the same alphabet. Although I don't know, maybe Czechoslovakian and Ukrainian don't use the Cyrillic alphabet, and I'm just a terribly ignorant Eastern European. But I believe I'm given to understand that there's other languages that sound like Russian and look like Russian but aren't Russian, so I'm not sure. Anyway, why play this and not Freezing Trap? Well, I want this in my hand to be able to kill something in case I top deck something I can play on turn 3. I have to play the Freezing Trap on turn 3. That sucks, but I hope not to. Alright, perfect. So now I have a weapon in hand and this, which is much more valuable to me than a Freezing Trap and this. We're looking forward to the Hungry Dragon. Next turn, I can hopefully use the Glaive-Bazooka to just kill whatever splooges out. Oh my god. Wow, that sucks. So now I get to play this thing. Unfortunately, I don't have the ready in hand kill for the 1-drop that'll come out. Hopefully this won't have 2 power. It has only 1, but it's a Divine Shield. Right, because that's what that card is. Okay. That ooze really sucked. I would have really liked to just be able to kill this right now and still have a weapon in hand. But that's the price I pay for the choice I made, I guess. This is difficult for her to deal with. And Eviscerate doesn't do it, even if she throws both of these things at it, it's still not enough. I'm a really, really, really big fan of this card. It's one of those cards that has a drawback, but the drawback really isn't, big enough to discourage you from playing the card. Alright, well, I got a much worse deal than she did. If she'd gotten a Goldshire Footman, this thing would be dead. So, that kind of sucks. Alright, we can play Freezing Trap. Try to freeze this. And then also Animal... I think that's worth it. So let's go do the Animal Companion, see what we get. Got the bear. Excellent. And now I have to decide whether to get greedy, because I can hit the Squire with my Hunter and hit the Ooze with my Dragon. That means the Dragon has less health, but this thing is alive. I can trade this for the Ooze and hit the Squire with my Dragon. Then this thing has more health, so my more valuable creature is less likely to die. If it's at 3 health, it'll die to an Eviscerate. But the Eviscerate's going to go on the bear, so I might as well just get greedy then. So let's see if she's got a good answer here. Fen of Knives would be pretty solid. Actually, Fen of Knives would really only just kill this. I don't know if it'd be that great. Oh, we got a 6-drop. What is this, Vanish? I don't know why I'm guessing Vanish. That would make no sense at all. Oh, just a Frost Elemental. Wow, that's not a big deal. Not a big deal at all. So I do wish that this could trade up with the Dwarf's help into the Elemental, but it can't. Oh, hey, look at that. She decides to get into a staring contest with a Hunter. I recommend against this. So I could use the Bear with the Dwarf to kill her 5/6. Then I'm dealing less damage. I could Hunter's Mark this and throw my Hunter at it, but that seems foolish. I could keep the Bear, now that I'm pretty sure she doesn't have an Eviscerate, because if she did, she would have clearly used it last turn. I could Hunter's Mark this thing, raise her Hunter into it, Dark Iron Dwarf on the bear and start going for the face. But that's a bit, I don't know, it seems a bit aggressive. Let's just keep it a little bit more simple. We'll trade my 3-drop for her 4-drop. Steady shot, start putting a little bit of damage on, and just, you know, she didn't have any good removal last time. She's basically in the same exact boat, but now she's minus the coin. So I feel optimistic that I can just keep board control here and play the Rhino next turn and start doing more damage. Again, my optimism, though, isn't just, like, if I came in and saw this board setup, I wouldn't necessarily be optimistic. It's based on the fact that the previous turn, Mr. Secret Crab, or Mrs. Secret Crab, didn't really have any good removal. Alright, she top decked a Fan of Knives. What does she have besides it? Perdition. Oh my god, that lets her almost clear my board. She checks for Explosive Trap, which is quite clever, and then continues the Staring Contest, which, again, I don't think is wise. Because with her continuing the Staring Contest, I just, you know, ignore what she has, and then she still has to deal with the Freezing Trap. Unless she top decks a charge creature, it's the same thing. She just needs to get this out of the way. She could have gotten it out of the way with that Hungry Dragon, and then she would have been in much better shape, because then this could actually be attacking. Well, I guess this would have then been killed. I don't know. I'm not sure that she would be winning, but I really don't think you should get into Staring Contest with Hunters. I think she would have been in better shape had she just gotten rid of it when she had the chance 3 turns ago. This is a good card, but unless she gives it Taunt, I don't care about it, because now I've got 6 damage here that's going to take her down pretty low. And, you know, then she could just die. Alrighty, so we got a couple different ways of doing this. I could lay a trap and put Hunter's Mark. Whatever I put Hunter's Mark on, she could attack with it. I think the Freezing Trap would trigger first, and then it would go away before dying, so Hunter's Mark isn't going to work here. Again, I regret that that's not a Mechanical Yeti. So I don't think laying the trap makes any sense, unless I decide to actually kill her stuff. But what's the point of killing her stuff? Yeah, I'm just going to lay this trap so it deals the extra damage. I mean, we're just basically burning her out here. She could screw me over big time with an Antique Healbot, but she can only kill one of my creatures. And then the Antique Healbot would be, you know, most of her mana. She kills my creature that is the weakest hitting because she needs to, because otherwise my beast would have charge. She Fans of Knives for another card. Another Perdition's Blade. Jeez. And is she going to hit the tank? She should. And she will. This is actually kind of awkward because if she does have healing now, I'm probably going to lose. Well, I definitely can't play Zombie Chow, so that stings me pretty hard here. Should I use the Hunter's Mark on this so they both die? No, because if she has healing, then... yeah, if she has healing, then I'm screwed. If she doesn't have healing, then I win. So I don't really see the reason to waste my Hunter's Mark. Might as well hang on to it for something more significant. She draws a card. She's looking for healing, but this is good to see because it means she's not playing an Antique Healbot. She can only now play an Earthen Ring Farseer. I just know it's so frustrating, you know, I mean, she's got 9 cards to my 3. Actually totally dominated me card-wise there, but she loses to the way that you lose to Hunters. Sorry, Rogue. Take a sip of good luck water. Well, that was a good game. I think that the Rogue put up a fight. She didn't just lay over and die the way that the Shaman did. Granted, the Rogue never played Backstab or Eviscerate, either of which would have been... well, I don't know about the Backstab, but the Eviscerate would have been helpful to her. She did get to kill my Glyabzuka with an Acidic Ooze. She just went up a card for that. I never got to use that Glyabzuka at all. It didn't buff a creature, didn't kill anything. It was just there. Ah, there's the Dragon Egg. Well, I'm glad that happened. So, what's Dragon Egg good for? You know, it just sits there, and maybe it'll be buffed by my Dwarf. Maybe it'll be buffed by Glyabzuka or Leok. If it doesn't do anything, then maybe it'll, you know, after Flame Strike, it'll give me a 2-1 Whelp, which she can then ping to death. Honestly, I'd still rather have this than a Matter Bomber. I just hate that card a lot. So, next turn we're going to coin into this Companion, I think, and see if we can get a Leok for this. To buff this. If I get the Pig or the Bear, that's not bad either. Oh, she actually is going to silence the egg. Well, I'm going to change plans. If I get the Pig here, that would suck because the Pig would just die to the Owl. So what I'm going to do instead is actually play the Hunter, which is better against the owl, because the pig can kill the owl, which is really good. If she pings the pig, she loses her entire third turn. I, however, do have a third turn play, and then there won't be an owl left to kill the pig if this bits a pig is what I get. What would be annoying is if she had a 1-drop here, but she didn't have a 1-drop on turn 1, so unless she top-decked a 1-drop in her last 2 draws. I think it would be 2 draws. Yeah, because she would have wanted to play the owl and to silence my egg instead of playing a 1-drop. She's going to have nothing after this. So she kills my silenced egg. Oh, she doesn't kill this. Well, I think that's a mistake. I think that's just a stone-cold mistake. 2 damage, what's 2 damage? But taking this off the board to stop me from being able to buff it later and deal damage with it, I think would have been smarter. Okay, I got the pig, which is actually good now. It deals 4 damage. Note that this came from a spell, so I couldn't choose where it goes. I would have liked it to be next to the hunter, so I could buff them with the Defender of Argus. Ouch. Oh my god, this is scary. Alright, well, she got the pig, which sucks. But, on the other hand, this thing lived. So, it could be worse. Defender of Argus, not super useful here. I'm just going to play this and an Arcane Shot. And hit her in the face. Yeah, I wasted the battle cry, but I feel like that was worth doing. So this is actually a bit scary because I've got, well, after she pings this, I have only 4 real cards to her 6. So I'm behind on cards, haven't really dealt that much damage to her. This stupid thing doesn't deal damage. Heals her, which sucks. Oh my god, I really needed one of the freezing traps. I got the worst possible thing here. Crud on a donkey. Well, nothing to do here except just, go for broke. Hope she never finds any healing. So, if she never finds any healing, she's at 15, 13, and below 10 with these things attacking her. So I might be able to burn her out. But if she has healing and then a flame strike, I just lose. Actually, this thing is... Shoot, this thing's putting it at 21 health. 19. Let's say she kills this. These attack. 13, 11. It's going to be tight. Oh my god, she has Blizzard. I was just thinking, like, she's a turn away from Flame Strike, but if she has a Blizzard, she can just use it now. That sucks. It sucks a lot, actually. So I don't get to deal any damage to her. Freezing Trap comes a turn late. Do I use it anyway? Nah. Wait a minute, what the... fuck. This sucks. Blizzard. It's gonna win her the game. On the other hand, you know, I got pretty lucky my last opponents didn't have any removal, so if the mage has a Blizzard and a Flame Strike, then so be it. Alright, not a Flame Strike. Does it Cone of Cold there? That's almost as bad. Ugh. That looks like a Cone of Cold. Yeah, so she gets to kill a bunch of stuff, heal up to 20. And now she's at a high enough health that I can't really burn her out. She can freeze my Rhino if she wants, which she will. So, unfortunately, I'm just screwed here. Again, I really wish I had the better Yeti. Or the better mech. Also wish I hadn't taken Zombie Chow, although the Zombie Chow was good against the Shaman. Ah, damn. I'm gonna lose this. Crap. Couldn't deal enough damage to her. I mean, I could still maybe burn her out, but she does have a lot of cards. So if she can just build up enough damage, she'll kill me before I can steady shot her to death, while still being able to kill everything I play. Okay, so she uses the Spider Tank to trigger the trap. She'll let her Elemental die and ping off my own Spider Tank, and then I just have no cards and she's got way too much health. Balls. That goddamn Blizzard saved her like 10 damage. Oh, she actually let me attack with the tank. I guess she figures I'm not a threat. Well. Let's throw everything at the face, see how low we can get her. So she's down to 11, down to 9. God, I don't have enough. I could get Unleash the Hounds, which would deal like 4 damage, but that's still not enough to kill her. Now, if she damages things the right way to kill this, I could actually end up winning with Explosive Trap, clearing off enough of her stuff for me to be able to draw a few more cards. And if that happens, I could actually burn her out. Like, there's a non-zero chance. but I wouldn't count on it. The elemental means I'm not going to get to attack her with weapons either, which sucks. Kind of surprised she actually let me attack with that tank. That 3 damage could be significant. So she's going to freeze my healer. Which is interesting because it gives me an opening. If I top tech a Spellbreaker, I could actually silence this and then attack with it, which would be 4 huge damage. But I don't have that much time, unfortunately. None of her stuff dies to the explosive trap except for this Kodo. Hungry Dragon. Well, I gotta play it. Hungry Dragon, I just realized, is actually really good with Unleash the Hounds, because you get an extra dog out of the bargain. Alright, so she's down to 9 health, down to 7 health. Well, if I can live for an extra turn and get 5 dogs, that could win if she doesn't play taunts. Granted, that's a pretty huge if. But the odds are non-zero, so I will stick to the game. I mean, if I top deck Quick Shot, that will give me an extra card, which could be extra damage as well. Just going to freeze my dragon. That makes sense. She's making very good use of the freezes. She should really attack my dragon with this Technician, or Shadow Bomber, because the Shadow Bomber dies to the explosive trap. So I'm not sure why she didn't do that. That would have made it die productively. Here's the Unstable Portal. She could play any minion in the game now. She plays a War Golem, which is actually really unfortunate for me because that means that my time on this earth is very limited. She's dealing 11, sorry, a lot more than that. She's dealing 15 damage a turn. So I just don't have very much time left. Well, where does the Quick Shot go? To the face? It's gotta go to the face. It's the only way I can win. I have to hope she doesn't have the burn. Oh my god, am I going to win this? I am actually going to win this. She has no taunt. And this is 4 dogs. Well, this is why you gotta play to your outs. You have to make the decision that could possibly let you win the game, even if it feels wrong, like quick-shotting the face. Because if I quick-shotted her minions, there just would have been no chance for me to win at all. It just occurred to me, I have the fan on in this room, and I don't know if there's been like a steady fan sound in the background. If so, I apologize. I'll just turn it off. Okay, sorry about that. That's pretty much the whole video with the fan in the background. I don't know how well it's going to be heard, but I'm going to give myself some credit for good play on that game. I think that I realized I was in a really bad situation. I realized what the only way was that I could win. I played that out, and I got it. And you might say I got lucky, but I say that if I hadn't played to my out, if I hadn't played correctly, then I wouldn't, my luck wouldn't have mattered. So here we have a bit of a dicey situation. Freezing Trap's not always the world's best turn 2 play, but I had to keep it in case I top decked nothing better, and I had to keep the bear in case I top decked nothing better. I think it would have been a mistake to mulligan either of those, because the odds are higher than not that I would just get something totally dead as opposed to not very good. Got the Quick Shot here, which is solid. Again, there's a psychological effect here. Sometimes people might think, you know, that this card is kind of bad if they can't trigger the effect of it. But you can't let that fool you. You know, just because there's some extra text on the card doesn't change the fact that it's 3 damage for 2 mana, which is perfectly fine. Well, this sucks. So my Freezing Trap is going to get wasted here by this little scout, which sucks. Would rather it were an explosive trap, of course, but the alternative would have been to steady shot her, and then I would have dealt 2 damage and lost Freezing Trap. But then again, this is a really shitty card, so I don't think it makes sense to play around shit. She just got lucky that her shitty card happened to be good in that situation. Okay, so now it's a little bit difficult for me to deal with all her stuff. Alright, we're just gonna have to hope for the best here. Let's play the Trog. Let's do some damage to that thing so it dies out, hopefully. And yeah, I'd say she's ahead here by a significant margin, because she made me lose my Freezing Trap. Granted, Freezing Trap would have been bad against this too. Freezing Trap was just not the right time for Freezing Trap. She's got her own Trog, which sucks because it means if I play Quick Shot or Animal Companion or Multi-Shot against not that, then it's going to get buffed, which sucks. So I got two main ways to play this. I can hit the Imp and then heal this thing back up, or I could hit this, then Multi-Shot to kill it off. I'm going to go for this because with 5 health, each of my minions does survive this thing, so I figure it's worth the risk. And then maybe I can, you know, multi-shot the next thing that she plays. 5 health is, it's tricky for her. She'd have to use a fireball on one of these things, which she might not necessarily want to do. And without a buff, even with the ping, this thing doesn't kill either of my creatures. So I feel like I've got a pretty good situation right now. Oh, it's so good. Now the problem for her is that she can't ping after this, so she is vulnerable to multi-shot, so that's good. Do I want to use the multi-shot though? If I multi-shot, both of her things die, but then all I get to do is steady shot. If I play the bow, I also get to play the animal companion, and I still get to kill both of her things. Granted, this thing gets damaged, but I think I'd rather have a damaged this and an animal companion than a full health this. So yeah, we're gonna do this, this, and this. As a matter of public record, it was important to play the Animal Companion after killing the Trog, otherwise the Trog would have gotten buffed because Animal Companion's a spell. So the risk I run here is that multi-shot's not going to be usable now, but I figure it's a risk worth taking. Alright, Hungry Dragon. Looks good. Got the Young Priestess. Do I hit it with the bow? Sure. So this is a risky way to play. Flame Strike would be devastating here, and she does have a lot of cards, but this Ogre was just not gonna come down easy, so I figure I had to risk it. Okay, it's not Flame Strike if she's doing that. As long as it's not Cone of Cold or some dumb bullshit like that. Granted, Cone of Cold is a fine card, it's not actually bullshit, etc., etc. I'm actually doing okay. We have 5, 8, 11 damage. Jeez. Oh, wow. That's a good legendary. Notice that this will activate even if the spell that's cast is actually going to kill this thing. So she'd get a Trog even if I use multi-shot to finish this off. Do I dare play the zombie Chow? God, I really regret this so much. The way this deck ends up playing, I never want the stupid Chow to go hit the board. Let's see, we got 5 plus 6 is 11. 13, we got 16 damage here. If I multi-shot to kill the Ogre, then she gets the Trog out, so it really doesn't save any of my minions. I could quick shot the Ogre, though. I think that's actually the move. Rather than trying to wait... Oh, wait, no, hang on. She gets a thing. God damn. Okay, so what I could do is I could just throw my Trog and the Bear at this, quick shot the Ogre. Damn. Quick shot the Ogre, play the Chow, and then just have this thing left. Alright, I think that's the best move I've got. I don't think I can burn her out fast enough, but I think with this line of play, still dealing 5 damage. This takes her up to 20. Oh, God, no. That couldn't have been the right play. Damn. That Trog was so good. That stupid legendary. Trogazor the Earthinator. Yeah, I should have probably just gone for her face. And not played the Chow. For 9 mana. What could she be playing for 9 mana? Holy shit. A Secret and... Creeper and... Oh, yes, the Scout. Right, I forgot about the Scout. Okie dokie. Well, no Secret can possibly be good news for me here. It's not Ice Armor, at least, so there's that. I guess it could be an Ice Block. I'm going to take a 2/3 chance that multi-shot will hit that Berserker. I don't like that the spiders popped, but I'll deal with it. So she's at 12 health after she kills the Chow. if she can't kill this again, she'll drop back down to 7, down to 5. Then I might actually have enough time to top deck one of my outs, like Unleash the Hounds, Cobra Shot or something. Of course, if she plays an antique kill bot at any point here, she just wins. Let's see if that Volcanic Drake, or what's this thing called? Hungry Dragon? Can bail me out here. Alright, so she puts up taunts, which makes perfect sense. This makes it harder for me to deal the 5 damage that I want to deal. She also heals for 5. She starts going for the face, which makes sense. Unleash the Hounds would be pretty excellent here. Doesn't happen. So we have to do this. We have to do this. We have to do this. We have to do that. Well, that's a scary situation here. Can she kill all my stuff? Let's see. Kill, kill, kill. She actually can't quite kill everything, but she does have 4 cards. I need 5 more turns of steady shotting. I'd say she has a big advantage, but there is a chance I could win here. If I got Unleash the Hounds, if I got Cobra Shot, or if I had removal to kill her and she never played healing cards, because she is dead in 5 turns, and I could live for 5 turns if I kept having removal. Okay, so she still doesn't have Flame Strike, which is excellent news. Iron Forge Rifleman. This is actually unfortunate because it allows her to kill off everything. Is the spider going to get to attack, though? That would be a big deal if it did. It is actually going to get to attack. So it's not going to reduce my clock, but if I get something that deals an odd amount of damage, then this extra 1 damage from the spider makes a huge difference. This is a good top deck because it's 5 health that she has to chew through, that she's not sitting at my face, giving me more time to top deck the win. And it also, accelerated my clock by a turn. Still, I'd say she probably has the edge here, but it's critical for her if she doesn't have any healing cards. Mana Worm, okay. So far, everything she's playing is really low damage. All I need to do is survive for 3 turns. She has to kill this. She has to kill the spider. Not killing the spider would be terribly stupid, because that would accelerate me by another turn. Alright, so right now, she has 7 damage. I'm going to play the Defender of Argus because I don't really care about comboing it with a minion. I need her to redirect damage to kill this, which increases my odds of having the 2 turns I need to steady shot. Now this, of course, is bad. Very, 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 very bad, because now she can kill this, and she'll have lethal. Oh, she's actually hit me with everything. Is she going to use the Violet Teacher to kill the Defender of Argus? That's the question. She has 7, 9, 10, 12. Oh, I lose. Unless I obviously top deck Unleash the Hounds or Cobra Shot, because she's actually got lethal next turn thanks to the War Golem, so I don't have enough time to steady shot her to death. So I have to get damaged or I lose. And there's not that much here, just the Cobra Shot, the dogs, a couple of arcane shots, definitely small chance. Alright, let's see what the top deck is. It's a Spellbreaker. Wow. It's good on her that she chose to kill my Defender of Argus, because if she hadn't, I would have won. As it is, she has... Well, I'm going to do this and just see if I can bamboozle her. If she panics and diverts a minion to kill that, she might not have lethal damage. However, she does have lethal damage if she spots it. War Golem. Well, lots of things would have won her the game. I have to give her credit for making the right play, killing my Defender of Argus. Oh, she's going to ping me to death. That was some pretty great bad manners. I have to give her credit, because she was torn whether to kill the Defender of Argus or not, and she decided to kill it, and that was the right play. Otherwise, I would have beaten her. Maybe if I had not killed Trogsworth the Earthnator, I could have burned her out. Hard to say how much an extra 6/6 would have done for her, left unmolested. Well, we're at 45 minutes. 3-1's a decent record. Let's see if we can take it up to 7 in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like and/or subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Take care.